It's your daily dose of Donna. I'm your host, Donna Bowling. Welcome to the show. It is Tuesday, August 26th. What an exciting day! We have so much to talk about it. We have breaking news. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have finally gotten engaged. We have all the details about that. We also have some breaking news in the Kelley Wolf case, which we are going to get into that. Trust me. Uh, it's a big one, okay? Um, you guys, I was in the rabbit hole. I got on a lot of phone calls last night. I got a lot of DMs about it last night. I was talking to a lot of people involved in it last night. We're going to talk all about that. We are also going to talk about the Adelson trial, and I will say it's Donald Adelson right now in trial, and it's all about the murder of Dan Markel in 2014. That will be a story as well, plus some other small stories, a little bit about breaking Bravo news. Also, so much to talk about, so much going on. And it's also my kid's first day of school, so Mama's back. Mama is back. I'm free. I have a house that's empty, but I still have 3 dogs, 2 guinea pigs, and 3 fish. I just have a zoo. But other than that, I have no kids in my house, and I feel so good about it. I don't feel guilty about saying it either. Guys, make sure to hit subscribe. Make sure to hit like. And I also have another job for you in just a second. I'm going to tell you all about hyping this video up on YouTube. Y'all, it's your daily dose of Donna. Sprinkler it up right now. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get... How exciting is that? I mean, we all knew it was coming with Taylor and Travis, right? We all knew it was happening. We all knew it was happening. Oh, it's official. Taylor and Travis. We'll talk about that in just a second. Before I get into it, I did get a DM from one of my amazing Maz, Lar trainer, who said that you got to tell people to hype you up if they're on YouTube. So here is how you do it. Now, I'm new to this too. I just found out about it. So what you have to do is get your mobile app. Okay. So if you have a iPhone, or I imagine this works on Android too, but I don't know Androids. Okay. So you have to get the YouTube mobile app. So like iPad, whatever. You open up your YouTube app. Okay. Here's Zach's show. I'm just going to use Zach's show. Okay. You're going to click on Zach's show, right?
Katy Perry's headed to trial. Kim Kardashian is under fire for how she's dressing her 12-year-old daughter.
God, Katy Perry's heading to trial. Kim Kardashian should be under fire for dressing her 12-year-old daughter in a corset. What the F was that? Doesn't every mother agree that a 12-year-old girl should not be wearing a corset and sticking her boobies out like that? That was a wild, wild look of Northwest. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I posted it on my stories yesterday. I'll show you. And no, I don't even want to show you. She's a kid. It was Kim Kardashian. I'm not here to school Kim. This is not even on my agenda today, but that was like a wild thing. Anyway. So then what you do is, I already did it for Zach, so I'm not going to be able to do it again. But you're going to take the comment section in the live chat. Oh, God. Where you can comment, and you're going to swipe it. You can swipe to the right, and then it's going to say, hype this video. I have no idea what it is. And then on the right, you're going to say hype. You can click hype, and then you can hype on the bottom. Hype. Feels very Vegas. Hype me up, baby. Hype me up. Okay? I have no idea what it means. I have no idea what it does. We're going to look more into it. Actually, I do kind of know what it does because I was told that what it does is um here, I'll tell you, videos with the most points are added to a leaderboard that shows the most hype videos over the last week, with the point bonus based on a creator's subscriber count. Eligible creators of various sizes have the chance to reach the top of the leaderboard. The leaderboard is not personalized and will display the same list of videos to all viewers in the same country, so you can discover fresh content that people near you have endorsed with the hype. So basically, it just helps me grow, helps me show and grow. And we know how we love to grow. So thank you guys so much for hyping me up. Okay, you guys, we've got to get into the stories. We have so many stories. I really want to talk about all of it. So let's just get into the big one, the big monster story of the day. And this was so exciting. I'm trying to think numerically when this could have happened. Obviously, the big news, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce announced their engagement this morning with the cutest little post. Obviously, I can't play the music because I don't want to get any sort of a doc with the copyright situation, but it was a compilated, like a collaborated post with she and Travis Kelce. I'll show it to you right now. If you haven't already seen it a million times, I'm sure you have. It's Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift in an adorable, beautiful setup, a garden that only looks straight out of a movie set. And it's so sweet. It says, from Taylor Swift, your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. Okay. I have to be honest. I would imagine that this is an inside joke. Does someone know if this is an inside joke about English teacher and gym teacher? Someone's going to know, but I don't know what the inside joke is. So someone tell me. This is right before his season starts. His documentary just came out. There's a lot of Taylor Swift attention with the life of a showgirl. It's all Taylor, all Travis right now. If you're not a Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce fan, you're going to be so annoyed by this news. You're going to be so annoyed. We're just going to have to grin and bear it for the moment, okay? Taylor Swift is getting a lot of heat actually this week because she keeps releasing a lot of new versions of her Life of the Showgirl album. We'll talk about that another day because I don't want to take away from her special moment. I am very happy for them. I am happy for love. I love love. Isn't that from a movie? I love love. And I am not going to be like one of you bitter Betty boozes. Okay? I'm not going to be a bitter Betty booze. That's why she named it Betty Booze, because she's a bitter Betty. I am a happy person. And I like when people are in love and they're happy. And they were so cute in their little podcast. So I am happy for them. This is another picture of them just doing a little love, thing. She's got an insane ring. I'm going to be like Bethany Frankel. Insane. Sick. It was sick. It's a sick ring. Sick. By the way, ever since Miguel Luciano was on my podcast or on my live show, Dylan Bowling, my son, was in my room, in the room live. And now every single time we talk about anything, he's like, "Oh my God, Mom, the dinner is so good. It's sick. It's sick. So sick. Sick." So her ring is sick. By the way, as you know, we have all the details on the engagement ring. Are you guys interested? It's a brilliant cut sparkler. It was co-designed by Kindred Lubeck of Artifacts Fine Jewelry and Kelce himself. How big do you guys think this thing is? Let's see. This can range. His rings, Lubeck's rings range from 4,300 for a signet style with a North Star motif to 38,000 for a 5-carat old mine cognac diamond design. What do you guys think? How much do you think this ring cost? Honestly, it's so big. That's what she said. Then that's them cutely hugging and sitting. Look, you guys, life is hard. Be happy. You're going to kill me. I don't love the ring. Okay? I'm just going to say it. I don't love the ring. Oh, okay. A lot of you guys don't like it either. Tanya says, I don't like the ring, but I feel like it's very Taylor. Ksenia says, it's not my type of ring. Christina says, I don't care for large diamond rings. I prefer my ring that I'm wearing. I chose it, but I also don't have the money like they do. I could never wear a ring that big because I can't afford a ring that big unless I came out of a vending machine. Danielle thinks it's 10 carats. Maddie thinks it's 8 to 20 carats. Let's see. Zeke says it's a nice down payment. Yeah, for a mansion, right? Yeah, it's not my taste. Jackie says, I can't believe I'm about to say it, but it's too big. Don't like the ring at all. Exactly. It's just not my style. It's typo 8 to 10, Maddie says. It's not my style at all. And I don't know how often she's going to wear it out. It's so big, but you're right. Sukmani says, I think they have to wear big rings because of who they are. Like, you cannot wear a small ring if you're Taylor Swift, because then immediately, like, if she got engaged with a tiny little ring, like a ring my size, and by the way, no offense to Lance, I'm not going to like throw Lance under the bus, because I don't think my ring is tiny. I think my ring is so perfectly sized for my finger. I love the size of my ring for my finger. I would hate if I had a bigger ring than this. I wish it would like focus on my ring. I got my ring from 14 Carats in Beverly Hills for our 10-year anniversary. We upgraded my ring to a gold setting. I love it. I find it perfect for my finger. If she got a ring this size, I feel like the world would attack her. Why is it so small? Oh my God. Taylor Swift's would be so like, why is it so small? You know what I mean? Like, they would attack her for it. Oh my God. I thought Blake Lively's ghost was back. My ring light just moved, just started shaking. And I was like, she's back. The ghost of Blake's career is back. But it was my dog moving the ring. So I think that the ring is a little too big. The ring didn't mean a thing, but in her case, it does mean a thing, right? It would mean. So I guess you kind of can't win. You get a big ring, people are like, oh, it's too big. You get a small ring. Oh, why didn't he get her a bigger ring? No one can win anything, but I'm happy for them, you guys. Now, here are some details on the engagement. People are like, oh my God, did she get engaged on Blake's birthday? Well, you guys, Blake's birthday was yesterday. She announced it today. She did not get engaged yesterday because, according to page 6, here's how long they have been engaged. According to a source, he proposed to her a couple of weeks ago. It's unclear if it happened before or after they recorded her episode of the podcast, but I believe it happened before. And I'll tell you why. I have zero proof or evidence to what I'm about to tell you. It's just a woman's intuition. And I'm going to be 100% honest. You want to know why? Here's why I think. Because I think that you guys, please don't judge me for this, but it's a business decision. Taylor Swift is a business woman. For her to go on Travis Kelce and his brother's podcast and give them the exclusive, to give them that business exclusive of the announcing of the album and her first ever podcast interview, to give them that huge win of the millions and millions and millions and millions of views and that absolute number one, podcast, whatever. That's a huge financial win for that podcast. New Heights made so much money off Taylor Swift that day. I don't think you guys understand the amount of money that they're making just off the YouTube views, right? plus all the subscriptions that they're making, plus all the ad revenue that they're making, plus all the amount of people that are now going to tune into every single episode of New Heights. Now they're going to be new fans of New Heights. Now they're going to be new fans of Travis Kelce. Now they're going to buy all Travis Kelce merch. Now they're going to buy anything that Jason Kelce does. Now they're going to buy anything that Jason Kelce's wife, Kylie Kelce, does. It is in the family now, right? Like it's in, right? Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce's empire grew tenfold because Taylor Swift decided to do that podcast. She would not have done that unless she was in. 100%. There is no way. Sorry, I just shook the computer in case you're wondering why I just said sorry for no reason. I don't have Tourette's. There is no way that she gave that milk for free. And I don't mean that she was like, propose to me and then I'm going to give you the exclusive. But I do think that giving her future husband that makes more sense than giving her boyfriend that. That's just my feelings. Just going to be honest. Because now she basically gave herself all of it back. Now, next. Let's see what else that article said about when so they finally went public with the engagement news today. And it's interesting. I'm curious why they finally went public with it today. You're going to think I'm insane again, but here's just what my spidey sensors are telling me. Did you guys notice that she was getting some bad press yesterday? For the first time ever. Taylor Swift, not for the first time ever, but yesterday Taylor Swift was getting bad press. On Page 6, on Daily Mail, on a few different TikToks, etc. She has been getting some pretty bad press. And it was about the fact that she has been milking her fans for every single dollar with every single countdown and every new variant of her new album. And by the way, every time I hear the word variant, I think about COVID. So Chef Stu always says the word variant and it's out of control. We got to think of a different word than variant, like a new version of her album. Every couple days, she comes out with this new vinyl, this new cover, and her fans are eating it up like crazy. And then the fans' parents, because a lot of them are kids and teens, her parents are spending all their money and it's out of control. So many people are spending all their money because they need to have everything that Taylor has. It's like collector's items. They're crazy. It's like baseball cards, right? Everyone's buying. So yesterday she was getting some bad press. And I think they were maybe waiting for the perfect day to announce. And yesterday she was getting some bad press and they said, got to pull it back. That's what I think. Now, let's talk about who is in Taylor Swift's corner and who is going to celebrate the shit out of this engagement and out of this news. Some of you guys are going to have to keep a very good eye on who is going to celebrate this publicly and who is going to, because she doesn't allow comments. So we won't be able to see who comments. And I believe, obviously, Travis has turned off his comments for this too, because they're sharing the post. So you guys are going to have to tell me exactly who is reposting. Now, we know Sabrina Carpenter has reposted this. Sabrina Carpenter is also famously very, very close with Taylor now. They have a shared song on the new album. Selena Gomez is also very close with Taylor. She will obviously be very excited. She is also planning a wedding. They're going to be little engaged sisters together. It's going to be very, very cute and close and adorable. There was also an article that came out that Taylor Swift only let 5 people in her inner circle who have listened to the Life of a Showgirl. Her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, he has heard it. And the only other 4 people are Tree Payne, an unidentified studio engineer, and then the producers, Max Martin and Shellback. Like, not even Selena Gomez has heard it. So, like, none of her girlfriends have heard this music. No one has heard anything. Some people like Zoe Kravitz have heard bits of the new album. Some people have heard little moments of it, but no one's heard the entire album. But I imagine her really close people, the Gigi Hadids, the Zoe Kravitz, the Haim sisters, those kinds of people. Now, Blake Lively. Let's get into little Blakey on the other side of the, I was gonna say a pond, but it's not. It's just on the other side of the coast or whatever. I don't even know. I don't know geography well enough, but Blake Lively is sitting in her little Connecticut abode. Blake Lively's birthday came and went on Monday, yesterday. I didn't make a big stink about it, but I did mention it. Blake Lively is 38 years old. And it's interesting. Ryan Reynolds did not post anything for Blake Lively's birthday this year. He did post about her in past years. He's talked about how she's been like the moon carrier or some bullshit. She's carried the moon, she's carried the sun, she's carried all the, I don't know, whatever. But she has been incredibly, loved on in the past. And this year, for her birthday, he didn't post a thing. Okay. He was too busy, checking on Hugh Jackman's abs or something. I don't even know. Or like yelling at Robert Downey Jr. and crying over Travis Kelce unfollowing him still. Blake Lively, 3 hours ago, started sharing on her Instagram the people, I guess, what time? Let's try to do some timing here. The timing of the engagement is, oh my God, I just opened Instagram and the first thing I see is Donald Trump talking about the engagement. I'm like, oh my God, everyone's talking about Taylor and Travis. It's the first thing I saw. Oh my God, that's crazy. He says, I think he's a great player and I think he's a great guy. And what else? And I think she's a terrific person. Oh, this is good. Look what Bravo posted. I love all of the posts. Everyone is posting about Taylor and Travis. You guys, this is as close to a royal wedding as we're gonna get. You guys have to see this post that Bravo TV posted. I love what Bravo TV posted. Look at that. It's Luann. He wants to marry me. That's the best. Oh my God. That's so good. If you guys see good memes, I mean, we're going to see them all day long today, but that is so good. Okay, what I was going to show you was, wait, what was I just going to show you? I was going to show you Blake Lively's Instagram. Oh, by the way, Lance started Dancing with the Stars yesterday. I just saw Whitney post. She's in the rehearsal. And I'm sworn to secrecy, you guys. I am sworn to secrecy and I can't tell you anything. Very upset about it. Until I can tell you, I can't tell you. Sorry. Okay, back to Blake. See, Blake is so forgettable. I keep forgetting about her. Sorry, better Betty Booze. Betty Buzz. What's her name? Blake is kind of forgettable in life, right? Okay. This is going to trigger the shit out of Betty Buzz, bitter Betty Booze Blake, because Bitchy Buzz is not going to be, she's not on the call list. She did not know about the engagement before today. She found out just like we did. She found out through a People magazine. She found out through a People magazine news alert, just like we did. Right. And you know that she found out just like us. And she was like, no! Like, can you guys imagine? This is literally what happened this morning. She was like, okay, it's okay. Ryan did not post anything for my birthday, but that's okay because Amber Tamblyn did and my makeup artist did, and it's okay. We are going to make it through this, okay? All we need is one more person to post about me in their stories. Wait, what? Wait, what? Say it ain't so. Taylor got engaged? Ah, no! What? No! Subpoena her! Subpoena him! Subpoena them all! That's what's happening in Blake Lively's house right now. I'm sweaty. I just had to turn on the air. Okay, I'm back. I just got taken over by the Blake ghost. It came in and it came out. Okay. Back to Blake. I can't believe I did that. All right. So Blake Lively, it was her birthday yesterday, and she this is all alleged, by the way. I have no idea what happened there. Okay. I have no idea. This is just a guess. It's just a guess. Blake Lively, it was her birthday, so she needed to let people know that it was. Now, Amber Tamblyn, and here is my thoughts on Amber Tamblyn, and I know this 1,000%. Okay. Amber Tamblyn is a believe all woman person. She is a hardcore, major feminist. And I'm not going to hold this against her for it. But these are the people that will believe Blake from the top to the bottom of earth, no matter what. These are the people that will fight to the ends of the earth for someone like Kelley Wolf because they will see her as the victim, no matter what is happening, because she's a woman. And this is very, very, very dangerous. So I know that Amber and Blake have been friends forever, but just so you know, when you see posts like this from Amber Tamblyn, just so you know, that is why Amber is the one friend that has been holding strong, really strong. The photo needs to be centered. It was probably because of my seance just now, or like I just got taken over by a ghost. Hold on. Is that better? Marcus says, hi, love you, Donna. Blake Lively brought you here. Oh my God, is she with you? Onto your channel. Now I can't stand her. Greetings from Finland. Hey from Finland. Welcome. So glad that you're a member for 5 months. Love you. Okay, so anyway, Amber posted, she says, happiest birthday to my sister from another Mr. Blake Lively, the one who always shows up, the one who makes everyone around her feel like family, the one who does so much in the background without needing or wanting credit for making people's and children's lives better. So much more to say about my girl who I've known since she was 16 years old. Anyway, if you know, celebrating you today. Okay. So Amber said, happy birthday. Great. Cool. The next one is Lorraine Schwartz, her jeweler. The next one is Ophira Jewels, her jeweler. Again, jeweler, Ophira Jewels. Then her sister, Robin Lively. Then this woman, Gab Travaglia, her hairstylist. Then this guy, Justin Johnson. No idea who he was, but when I went to his page, he looks like he's a friend that was at her premiere. He was at the premiere of It Ends With Us. So he looks maybe just like a friend. And then Sophia Travaglia, if you notice, same last name as Gab, the hairdresser. So I don't know if she also is related to the hairdresser. Most likely either the hairdresser's daughter or the hairdresser's sister. That's it. Now, I don't want to judge Blake Lively for not having a lot of people saying happy birthday, but when you start when you have 43 million followers and you're a big, huge celebrity like Blake Lively, and you start posting people's happy birthday messages, and the only 6 that you have are from 5 of them or 4 of them out of 6 are from paid employees that like really need your support because they are severely supported by you financially, that's sad. Like seriously sad. That would be like me literally only having the people, like I don't even employ that many people, so I don't even know who I would post, but that would be so odd. Like only posting like my dog trainer and my hairstylist, like and the person who does my nails for my birthday. That's like crazy as Blake Lively. No one else said happy birthday publicly? No one? Why? Wild. Wild. And she did this on the morning of Taylor Swift's engagement. And right now she is sitting in her bathroom eating so many burritos, crying over hot rollers. So much mousse. Mousse is just getting the whole house is covered in mousse at this moment. Okay. It's she's rage moosing. She's rage moosing. Someone do a welfare check on Blake Lively and the mousse immediately. Okay. Let's move on to another really sad story. And yeah, it's so interesting. Enrique, where's Hugh Jackman, Jenny Slate, Isabella, Brandon Sklenar? Oh, America Ferrera did do a post. Selma Hayek, they can't even post a post. Yeah, it's really interesting. Why didn't even Selma Hayek, her bestie, not even post a story? That is so interesting. No one knew it was her birthday. They all just forgot about her. Really odd. But Ryan Reynolds, at any time, this would have been the time to show public love. What about Paul Feig, Figgy, Bang Bang? What about Anna Kendrick? All these people that have said how much they love her publicly, right? Anyway, we'll see. Okay, I'm going to be a bottle of mousse for Halloween this year, I believe. I should be, just like one big mousse. And then just run around screaming. Okay, let's move on to another story. It's not a very happy story. Got to be honest. Molly's here? Is Molly here? Oh my gosh. No, Molly, I believe she's saying, did Taylor get engaged on Blake's birthday? I think she got engaged a couple weeks ago, according to page 6. But she announced it today, and I think it's because she was getting a little bit of weird press with all the variants. Now, we're going to get into the Kelley Wolf of it all in just a moment. But before we do, I have to remind you guys that this week's episode is brought to you by Function. I choose Function because it's the only health platform that gives you access to the kind of data most people never see and the insights to actually take action. Inside Function, you can test over 160 biomarkers from heart and hormones to toxins, inflammation, and stress. And you can also access multi-region MRI and CT scans, all tracked in one secure place over time. That's why top health leaders like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Andrew Huberman, and Dr. Jeremy London are all behind Function Health. Most people think if I have low iron, I'll take an iron supplement. No big deal. But having low iron might not be the issue, and supplementation could actually backfire. See, iron plays several essential roles. It's part of hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in the blood, and it supports both energy production and immune function. But in order to be absorbed, transported, and stored properly, iron relies on ferritin and copper. Ferritin is your iron storage protein. Think of it like a bank. Low ferritin means the body's reserves are running low. High ferritin can reflect iron overload or other stress in the body, since ferritin also rises during illness or inflammation. Copper, on the other hand, is essential for mobilizing iron from storage. So without enough copper, iron can get stuck in tissues, unable to be used. Our bodies are pretty freaking amazing. Now that I think about it, we're like machines. Copper, ferritin, iron. I mean, seriously, we literally are machines. The best approach to see a more complete picture is testing your levels of all three, the iron, the ferritin, and copper. And you can do all of this through Function. You guys, I went to Function. I actually went to the lab through Function, but I got my blood tested 2 times over the course of 10 days. I got all my results, all my biomarkers. I'm able to see which ones I'm in range, which ones I'm out of range, and you can do it too. It's super easy. The website is super easy to read. You can learn more and join using my link. The first 1,000 of you get a $100 credit towards your membership. Visit www.functionhealth.com/Dana, that's DANA, or use code DANA, DANA 100 at sign up to own your health. Okay, thank you so much, Function. Let's get into the Kelley Wolf saga. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I did end up deleting. If you watched yesterday live, I watched the live. Let me try to explain. Yesterday, during the live, oh my gosh, look at this. Maddie gifted 10 Daily Dose of Dana memberships. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Maddie. That is so cool. If you guys got one, make sure to say hi and let us know. So I was live talking about Kelley and the weekend activities right when she went live. I started sharing it live for you guys, and we had no idea what was about to happen. What ended up happening was the most traumatizing couple minutes. And it was the visitation with her children and Scott. It was so truly awful that it sat with me all day. Did it not sit with all of you guys? If you watched it live here or if you watched it later at some point, because she then went and pinned it to her profile. It's still there. Not only does she have 80,000 followers of her own, but the actual reel itself has had now, over 300,000 views. Or last night it had, last night it had over 200 something thousand. So I would imagine now it has, let's see if it's still there. Yeah, it has 300,000 views. This is a video that is actually not like safe for mental health, right? Like so many of you guys got upset. Some of you decided to leave the live. In fact, that's what made me decide to take it out a couple hours later. I got an email from a doser who said, I love your show so much and I can stick around through some tough topics like, whatever. And this was one that I just I couldn't stay. It was so upsetting. And I know some of you guys are in the live. It was so hard for me to watch. If you watch my reaction to the live, I didn't know it was about to happen. It wasn't like I was showing you something that I was aware of, right? We were all watching it happen. And I actually really want to talk about this topic in just a second. Mom Unscripted is asking, is her husband a horrible person? Women can't go crazy out of nowhere, or can they? Let's talk about this in just a second. I'm going to take that off, but I really want to go there because I'm not an expert in this case in mental health, and I don't feel like I should be making I shouldn't be the foremost expert, but I do have someone that I'm messaging with who is an expert in mental health. And that's what his content is all about. It's about bipolar disorder and everything. He literally talks about this. And so I'm really hoping to get him on the show because I would love to have someone that really understands this and talks about this very openly to come on the show and talk to me about it, because it's too big of a story to understand if we're not going through it ourselves. But I don't believe, in my opinion, in terms of the actual clip, I did take it out. It's not necessary. If you want to see it, you can go and do that on your own. The reaction to it, I spoke about my feelings about it on Instagram. I posted it here on YouTube and on TikTok. I am a child of divorce. I had to see my own parents fight. My dad is an alcoholic who's still not entirely healthy. I believe is an undiagnosed mentally ill man and non-medicated, which is why I don't speak to him. he traumatized me so much throughout my life, and I cut him out for this reason. And I've talked about this so much on Patreon. This is so upsetting to watch. And I don't believe, in my opinion, I don't believe Scott Wolf, her husband, now separated. I found out they're not divorced, they're just separated. I don't believe that he did anything with a bad intention yesterday. I did see a lot of discourse that he did the wrong thing. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have brought those kids over to Kelley Wolf's home knowing that she was in that state. I think when you're a parent, your goal is to keep those kids happy if you're a healthy and happy and loving parent. And I don't believe he had an idea that it was going to go down that way. I think his kids probably said to him, just from reading the text messages that she has been sharing, and that, she has been sharing personal text messages between her and Scott and between she and her kids. And I have a feeling that the kids were nervous and scared for her health and her safety. And they wanted to check up on her, and they wanted to hug her and just say hi and I love you. And I feel like they wanted to go and show her that they were there for her in some capacity and just say hi and I love you. But what happened was she wanted to bring them into her home. And Scott did the right thing by saying they're not going inside and they're not going in your backyard. And I'm so glad he did that, by the way, because if you go on any of her videos, she had a machete in her backyard, why? She was posting earlier in a video before that she had this big machete in her backyard. I still don't understand. But he and his brother, who are there, said, you can visit with them, but just let's do it outside in the front yard. And I'm really glad. And I don't want to be really dire and sad about this and create a bigger story. But we all just witnessed that horrible case between that father and that mother in Wisconsin, I believe, where the mother of the 3 girls let the dad, who was mentally ill, take those 3 daughters and never saw those daughters again. And I think Scott did the right thing by not letting those kids go inside that house. I'm just being honest. And so Washington, thank you, Judy, said it exactly at the same time as me. Not Wisconsin, another W state. So I believe she took that moment and those few moments of being with those kids, and instead of soaking that in and spending that time with those kids, she chose to make those moments about Scott and her anger for Scott and for the camera, for the audience. We didn't need to see it. For whatever reason, she felt the need to live stream that. I don't know if she thinks live streaming is recording, for her attorney, which she doesn't have one. And I'm about to read you guys an article that just dropped about temporary custody, which was just granted to Scott again today. But she did not record it. She filmed it live and streamed it live for 4,000 people. And she decided in those few moments that she had with her 2 kids that she misses so much and talks about so much, that she needs them so much, she decided to, instead of sit there and ask, how is school? How are you? I miss you. I love you. Tell me about sports. How is soccer? She made the moments about Scott and her anger towards her husband and her anger towards Gary, her brother-in-law, and her feelings about the mental hospital and the money, things that she has contact with Scott over. She texts with him constantly. We see those texts. She could have used that other time that she talks to Scott on a one-on-one with those conversations, but she chose to do it there, right then, right there in front of the kids, to scare her kids, to say, you're going to jail, to tell her kids' dad, you're going to jail in front of her kids. The one safe place her kids feel is with their dad, I guarantee it. That is trauma freaking tizing for those kids. So in this moment, I feel for the kids and Scott. And sure, yes, do I feel for Kelley? Yes, but not as much as I feel for those kids and for Scott in this moment. That's how I feel. Because I am seeing left and right people reaching out to her out of love, and she's posting about it, and no one is getting the response of, "Thank you for reaching out to me. Yes, I need help." She keeps saying, "I need help, I need help." And people are reaching out and saying, "I love you, I wanna help you," and she attacks. So just this morning, for example, and the stories have continued to spiral, but just this morning, her brother's wife reaches out to her and sends her a text that says, and she posts all this. I'm not like going into her bedroom and reading these text messages. She's posting it. Her brother's wife writes, "Hi, Kelley. I've been thinking about what a special summer that I've had with," I'll just show you guys. It's easier because then you guys can actually see it. So you can know that I am not making this shit up. I mean, not only did she post her home address, which I won't share with you guys here, she posted her home address on her Instagram. But then she posts, oh, and last night she said she wants to have another baby. So that feels safe. But she posts in her stories, I'll make it bigger for you guys. And this is why I don't feel in this moment bad for her. And I really just feel bad for those kids. She posts a text that she gets from her sister-in-law. This is her brother's wife. "Hi, Kelley. I've been thinking about what a special summer that I've had with Joe." Joe is, I would imagine, her daughter. "We've watched K-pop Demon Hunters, baked cookies, played volleyball, binged the show Wednesday, swam, hiked, gone back to school shopping. Every day I think about how you're missing this time with Lucy, and it breaks my heart for both of you, but especially you as a mom. This time is so fleeting. I know you've made many requests of your family that we can't honor, but we will absolutely move heaven and earth to get you the highest quality medical treatment as soon as you're ready. We all love you so much. I miss you." That's a loving message. That is a message from someone who says, "I love you. I want to be there for you. I care about you. I want to help you. We are here. We want to help you." Right? So what does she respond? "Dear Amy, I wish my brother would wake up and see that he married his mother. Please don't you dare pretend to be a caring mother. You are selfish, entitled, lazy, and my brother deserves better. This is the most asinine text I've ever gotten, especially when you have not said one word to me until yesterday. I am horrified at women who claim to support women sitting around and doing nothing. I truly hope you get help for all of your mental issues. Just like your father, you probably have some genetic situation you'll need to address prior to becoming an old woman. Good luck." I don't feel bad for her. She's mean right now. I feel bad for her in the grand scheme of things because she's clearly unmedicated and she needs help. But you can't feel bad for someone who you try to. I mean, I guess I feel bad for her, but I don't feel bad for her right now when you're like that. Like, I feel bad for those kids, and she should not have access to her kids anymore. If I were a judge, I would say absolutely barring contact. She's very mean to anyone who comes to her with love. So if I were her friend, I would be scared to reach out to her. I wouldn't reach out to her because she would turn on me publicly and she would dox me and she would put my phone number on her Instagram and she would she would share some personal information about me if I were her friend, right? She would share like my social security number and my weight or something, right? So people are very, very scared to reach out to her and be her friend right now. Meanwhile, the judge has luckily um, given Scott Wolf temporary sole custody of his 3 kids today in the newest court order. The former couple's children will each be required to attend safe harbor therapy as they need, as you can imagine, they need right now. A Utah judge has granted a new temporary stipulated agreement between Scott Wolf and Kelley Wolf today. According to a revised agreement today, or filed August 22nd, but now Kelley was granted liberal supervised parenting time. But it may change because this was filed August 22nd, but after yesterday, I don't even know. It says, though the estranged couple shares legal custody consistent with the agreement, Kelley is permitted 3 supervised video or phone calls per week with the children that she initiates during reasonable waking hours. Kelley is allowed to respond if her children initiate additional contact. However, Scott maintains temporary decision-making authority when it comes to the kids. Also still in place is the order for Scott and Kelley not to discuss adult issues, the divorce, or the children's relationship with the other parent in front of the children. That went out the window yesterday. They're barred from making disparaging remarks verbally or in writing and are prohibited from interrogating the children about what occurs with the other parent. The temporary stipulated agreement contains a social media and press gag order for Scott and Kelley to not post about one another, their marriage, their children, or their divorce. Well, she's definitely gone over that. As for housing, Scott will temporarily maintain exclusive use of the couple's Park City home. Her parenting time may occur there, but only with mutual agreement on a supervisor. She's otherwise barred from entering the property. Scott will continue to control marital funds, covering household expenses and temporarily providing Kelley $10,000 per month for living costs contingent on court order or further agreement for a period of 2 months. He will cover her car payments, minimum payments on credit cards, and some attorney fees. In the event Kelley enters an inpatient treatment center, he will use marital funds to cover some of the costs. Additionally, Scott agreed to pay $15,000 of her legal fees. The biggest addition to the temporary stipulated agreement is that the Wolf children will each have a safe harbor therapist. Being that if it's safe harbor therapy, neither parent is allowed to interfere with or inquire into the content of the therapeutic process, and they are barred from subpoenaing any information from the therapist or requesting that the therapist participate in any litigation. The ultimate goal is for Kelley to eventually regain unsupervised parenting time, which remains unchanged. The court order came before Scott broke a silence on August 15 to People. And the next court hearing is on September 4th, which is next Thursday, you guys. So we don't really know what's going to happen now, but she is continuing to speak on Instagram very openly, obviously, about the kids, about the divorce, about everything. She's not supposed to use the kids and the divorce in social media. Obviously, that's gone. She's now publicly put her address. She says, I don't do drugs and I don't drink alcohol. And in the next story, she's making a smoothie with Veuve. Is that how you pronounce it? Veuve at 10 a.m. My brain does not compute. It does not compute. And I did just get a message that says it doesn't include the emergency hearing that they filed a request for yesterday. So they did file a request for an emergency hearing yesterday. Scott did. So yesterday we will get, as of yesterday, they filed for an emergency hearing. Look, I do not believe in my heart those kids should not see her in this state. I think it's better that they don't have any access to her whatsoever than access to her in this state. Don't you guys agree? Like, I think it's better for kids not to see their parents in this state than see them at all. That's just my opinion as someone that went through it. I mean, this is like a real personal situation, but I'll never forget when I was a teen and I had to go to my dad's hotel room when he was staying in a hotel room. This was like a very, very fancy Beverly Hills doctor who was staying in a hotel room, drunk out of his mind, didn't even know who I was, soiled underwear, the whole situation. Traumatized me for life. It's not appropriate for kids to have to see this. No kids should ever have to see this. I don't, it's an interesting, like, societal thing. Poor Scott Wolf did not ever want this probably for his life. He's lived like kind of a private life. Like, he lives in Utah. He's not an LA guy. He's an actor that never probably wanted to live this life of like, oh, like LA. Yeah, he works, but he's not like a big actor. He's a Hallmark guy. And it clearly sounds like, if she's being honest, which we can't really trust, that she's going through something that is very, it sounds to me like he's also gone through a lot of mental health stuff as well. So I'm just praying for both of them. Oh my God. And those kids. All right. Shall we move on? Shall we? Yeah, we did get some bots. I love how I'm Not a Bot says, thanks, mods. You're all on top of the bots. What happened there? We got like an influx of bots. Did Blake Lively send them with her moose? Did she moose them over here? What happened? I saw that in the live chat. That was crazy. Yeah, Alana says Scott is a private, wholesome guy and now suddenly is in the midst of a chaotic, scary situation. It's really, really sad. Well, let's keep praying and hoping for them. Okay. Let's talk really quickly. And I want to shout out my friend, Annie Elise. And I call her my friend because, yes, we text. Annie Elise is the best. Annie Elise is the host of the podcast Serialously. I just want to write this down. 55 Adelson. If you guys don't know who Annie Elise is, she's amazing. Do you guys watch Serialously? It's hard for me to say that. Serialously. It's a true crime podcast. You can listen to it or you can watch it on YouTube. 10 to Life and Serialously. She is awesome. She's so cute. She's such a good storyteller. She's amazing at her job. And she's really, really like on it. And she covers, she has a lot of one and done episodes, like one episode just about one true crime story. And then she has some episodes where she has, long-term, like 5-6 long episodes about, ongoing cases or whatever. But today she did an episode about this Adelson trial. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I keep getting emails and DMs from you guys saying, how are you not covering the Donna Adelson trial? And I feel behind because I am not in it. Like, when you just don't really know a lot about it. But then this morning, as I was driving my kids to school, I saw Annie Elise on her Serialist. I'm never going to be able to say it. Annie Elise. Annie Elise had a podcast episode that basically takes you through the entire Adelson whole story, like the whole case and the murder of Dan Markel and then the case. So let me just pull up my notes. Hold on. Okay. So I listened to it this morning and I was texting with her. I want her on my show. And she's like, I will absolutely do your show in September. She's doing Crime Con. She's on tour right now. And she goes, but use my show in any way. If you want to like promote or talk about the case, you can use my show all you want. So that's why I'm going to send you over and listen to her show for sure. But she's going to come on my show in September. We're going to do a whole Annie Elise show. I will say she is absolutely great at it. But Peter, yes, lawyer, my man Peter Tragos is covering it. Emily D. Baker is covering it. Melanie Little is covering it. So all your favorite Karen Reed people are covering it as well. Because right now, Donna Adelson is on trial. But I'm just going to kind of give you an idea of what exactly this case is all about. And then you guys are going to decide if you want to jump into this because the trial is live in this moment. So basically, here are kind of the players of the case, the main players of the case. And I'll show you just a picture of the three people and just make the decision on your own if you want to decide to kind of cover the case on your own. People Magazine did a little article on August 18th, so I can like show you a little picture. But this is Donna Adelson on the left. This is her son, Charlie Adelson, and this is Dan Markel on the right. Dan Markel is the man who was murdered back in 2014. Charlie Adelson is the man who is currently in prison for the murder, and Donna Adelson is the woman who is currently on trial for also the murder. She is the mother-in-law. Donna is the mother-in-law. Charlie was the brother-in-law. Dan was the victim. Dan was married to Wendy Adelson, who was Donna's daughter and Charlie's sister. Okay. Basically, Dan Markel, the guy on the right, was this really, really smart man, graduated Harvard University, Harvard Law School. He was a professor at FSU, incredibly smart man. Wendy Adelson was also a very smart woman, and they were married in 2006. They actually met on J-Date. I hate to do this to the Jews because I love it. I'm a Jew, okay? And the Jewish people don't need this. The Jewish people don't need this. But we got to do it. We got to talk about it. Now, they didn't meet on J-Date. And I'll tell you, as a Jewish person that was on J-Date in those years, there weren't a lot of good ones. Okay? I went on so many Los Angeles J-Dates. Whoo! How do you think I ended up with Lance, the non-Jew? Couldn't find a good Jewish guy. I would have liked this Dan Markel. He seems like a good guy. I don't know why it didn't work out. But anyway, their marriage ended in a contentious divorce. Wendy, the daughter, and let me show you a picture of her. Very, very pretty woman, okay? This is a picture of the two of them when they were together here. This is a picture of Wendy and Dan when they were together. Let me go back to the picture of them. So they end up in a contentious divorce. She abruptly leaves with the children in 2012. She leaves divorce papers on their bed. Like, he's shocked by it. They get in this really big custody dispute. And, she wants to relocate to be closer to the family, to go to South Florida. He is upset. The judge denies the request in 2013, saying that the children has to remain in Tallahassee, which is where they live. And this devastates Wendy and her family. And there's a lot that ends up coming out because Donna Adelson, the mother, is like so upset about this, right? I really, really want you to, oh, Claire, really? I want to know what. Send it to me. DM it to me. You did? Oh my God, Claire, can you find the actual post? Sorry, I'll get back to it in just a second. DM it to me if you actually find it. Okay. And then, so anyway, the Adelson family, that's Wendy's family, the mom, Donna and Harvey Adelson, are like very successful, right? They have a big periodontist dental practice, the Adelson Institute. And basically the prosecutors are alleging the Adelsons, especially the mom, Donna, and the son, Charlie, in the middle, have orchestrated the murder. Basically hire a hitman to resolve the custody issue and allow the daughter, Wendy, to relocate with her kids over to Florida. And what happened was in 2014, Dan Markel was shot twice in the head in his garage after returning from the gym, and he died. They ended up finding these other people that were a part of the crime, Louis Rivera and Sigfredo Garcia. And they find out that Garcia, one of the guys, the hitmen, was the father of this one woman who was dating Charlie, the guy in the middle, at the time of the murder. And they were getting paychecks from the family. Okay. So the Adelson family's dental practice, signed by Donna, the mom, were paying off these hitmen. And Louis Rivera was the driver in the murder. He was like a gang member, and he was driving in the murder, and he took a plea deal. He got 19 years. He actually claimed that the other guy, Garcia, shot Markel, and that the other guy was hired by the Adelsons. He testified that Wendy, the daughter, wanted Dan dead. And meanwhile, and then Garcia, the alleged shooter, was convicted of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison. Now, Charlie Adelson, the son, Wendy's brother, who's a periodontist, was convicted of first-degree murder, conspiracy, and solicitation. He was convicted on November 6, 2023. He was sentenced to life in prison. plus 30 years for each additional charge. Prosecutors alleged that he orchestrated the $100,000 murder plot to resolve Wendy's custody dispute. He claimed he was extorted by the other guy, but of course the jury rejected that defense. Now, meanwhile, the mom has been caught on phone call after phone call in recorded phone calls to jail. She was calling the brother in jail, Charlie, and recorded every time saying, I'm going to go to a place where I can't be extradited back to America, like Vietnam. And the cops are wiretapping all of her phone calls. So they're like, what are you doing? So meanwhile, she goes to Vietnam. I'm going to find you guys the actual video. She goes to Vietnam with her husband, 80-year-old husband, and they go to basically leave the country forever because they know that they're probably going to be next. And sure enough, what do you think happens? They get arrested. And this is a little bit of the video. It's a crazy, crazy watch. Watch a little bit of it.
Hi, how are you? You have your ID? Okay, nice to meet you. Yeah. You're under arrest. No, I don't want to give it to you. Why do I have to? Because my attorney says why do I have to give it to you? This is evidence. Evidence. She's under arrest. I have to go with. I have to go. I can help you. I have to stay.
This is at the airport as they were about to board a flight to Vietnam, where they have told their son on a recorded phone call that they're leaving America to go to a country that they can't be extradited back to America for a crime.
You need to grab the bags. Take the bags. Yeah. And you need to wait outside. Okay.
My husband's almost 80 years old. He can't
Yeah,
come
I
with
can't.
me?
Please, can I go? No, you can't join me there. Oh, don't do this, please.
Please.
Oh,
Someone's
God.
got to help him get home. This is terrible. You can't do this. This is insane.
Is that okay with you?
Please, can you put that with handcuffs on her back on the table? Please. You have anything in your pocket?
No.
So they start asking, do you have anything in your pockets? She's like, I mean, I need my pills. I need this. And they're like, you can't take your pills with you to jail. They're going to make you throw everything away. We're going to have to set you up with a doctor and they'll give you new pills. And she's like, I mean, do I have to be handcuffed? Like, do I have to do this? And she's walking around like this is shocking. But meanwhile, she's completely been behind this crime. And, you know, I feel bad as an older woman, like if you think that she's innocent, but clearly she's not innocent because, I mean, if you look at all the facts, they walk her out. Then she gets into the cop car. And while she's sitting in the cop car, she's freaking out, right? She starts asking them for water.
Thank you. How you doing?
That's how it's feeling, right?
We turn around a little bit this way, so it's protocol that we need to follow, you know?
So she gets arrested and she's acting like this, like feeble, like what? No. And mind you, they have found so many emails and text messages that she has written over the years to her daughter about this man when he was still alive. He's an a-hole. He's an MFer. He's a disgusting human being. She even offered to that you know, they should convert the kids to Christianity to really piss him off because he was so Jewish. And she was like, that will really make him upset. Change, like, da da da. So she is entitled. She's a horrible human being that like plays it up, right? She's playing it up for the cops. Like, what? And then she's even saying, my husband, he's 80. How is he going to get home? Is he going to be okay? Is he going to be okay? Like, it's just such a joke, right? She's just absolutely okay. I mean, she's absolutely like playing it up. So meanwhile, she was arrested 7 days after her son was convicted of first degree and sent to prison. Now she's like, I'm going to Vietnam. She gets arrested. Now she's facing charges of first degree murder, conspiracy, and solicitation. Her trial just began 7 days ago and is ongoing as of today. Prosecutors are portraying her as the mastermind who funded and directed the plot, citing her hatred for Dan Markel and her controlling nature. Now, meanwhile, the daughter is named an uncharged co-conspirator. She's testified under immunity in multiple trials. I still believe that she is going to end up getting charged because there's no way she had no knowledge of any of this. She's claiming that she had no knowledge, but she's driven to the crime scene after the murder. She changed her son's last name to her last name, but she's still not been charged. Her dad, Harvey, is also not been charged, but was with Donna at the arrest and has shared an email address with Donna and was definitely, I believe, complicit. And then the other son, Robert, he's estranged and is not close with Donna at all. And he describes Donna. And of course, her name is fucking Donna. Like, at least her name is not spelled D-A-N-A. Okay. At least her name is spelled D-O-N-N-A because I don't want to have anything to do with this biatch. All right. Anyway, D-O-N-N-A Donna. Her older son, Robert, testified and described her as controlling, particularly over the daughter, Wendy, and noted her involvement in Wendy's divorce. He last spoke to his mom in 2016 when she hung up on him after he mentioned the arrests of the hitmen. And there's a bunch of different evidence, like financial transactions, wiretaps, text messages, witness testimonies, different trials. And so that is what's going on right now. The trial is ongoing right now. And so that's where we are, you guys. I am finding it kind of interesting. I am finding it kind of interesting. I'm not going to lie. It's very mafia style. So that's where I am right now. And I think you guys are going to be into it too. So let's start watching Lawyer You Know at night for the recaps. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Now, what Claire, just to turn it around really fast back to Claire, back to Kelley Wolf, what Claire messaged me in the comments, she messaged me that on Reddit, she did see something that one person said, there's a big real world Reddit, and Kelley Wolf has like a big mega thread, and it says that her son just posted something. And I don't know where he posted it, but it said, I do not associate with my mom in any way. She is very mentally ill and has completely lost the person she was. I am very sorry to anyone that has been abused physically or mentally by her. Jack. That's so sad. So Jack Wolf, who's 16 years old, is publicly pulling away from his mother. I was wondering that yesterday when I saw the fact that he wasn't part of that family, like kind of reunion. I would too. You gotta draw boundaries. When you're 16, you're old enough to draw boundaries. He's doing the right thing for his mental health. All of his friends are watching this go down. Look, all of his friends are watching this go down on People magazine, and it's on TikTok now. I really hope her kids aren't getting bullied at school either. Christina's saying that. The kids are going to suffer. I'm sure Scott is punching himself that he did that yesterday, but he didn't know it was going to go that way. I think he was trying to do something sweet. you know? Anyway, you guys, please to laugh, go back and watch my Blake Lively impression. That will just make you laugh all the time. And share this video and hype me up, baby. Hype me up. Hype me up before you go. Do, 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 do. All right, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. And I hope you have a phenomenal day. Stay healthy. Drink water. Not champagne smoothies at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. You know? And yeah, let your friends know if they need a breakdown of the Adelson case. Come on over here for like a 20-minute breakdown. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone. I adore you. Talk to you guys soon. Bye, friends.